welcome to a mixed review of the Xinh and Pogo Harry Potter releases, because Pogo releases are exactly the same characters and designs that Xinh are also doing. So in this video I'm going to do a little bit different. Instead of doing two videos, I'm going to compare and review both of these sets in one video. So you are looking at the Xinh 307 to 314 release. As for the Pogo, it's 901 to 906. So, looking at the figures that both sets have first, and we will take a look at the three extra characters that Xinh has afterwards. Right off the bat, Pogo sticks with the standard minifigure plate, the 3x4 plate with a 1x4 stud line going through the middle, whereas Xinh, as always, has the 4x4 plates with a 1x4 stud going in the second row. I can also say right now that all of the black pants of the Pogo series has a very matte finish, like little bits of bump on it, and I actually really like the touch of it. It's a very nice and smooth touch you get on plastic with, well, a matte finish. Little bumps, and it actually looks more like school pants, whereas all of the Xinh figures stick to a shiny surface. However, in terms of consistency, the Pogo figure with the white pants there, the Quidditch Harry figure there, that uses shiny plastic as well. So if you want something that's consistent, Xinh is going to win here. And in terms of touch, the black pants do feel a little bit better on the Pogo stuff. However, none of the Pogo figures can stand too well on the plates. They're either feeling a little bit too tight on the studs. The hole isn't big enough at the bottom of the feet, so they don't really want to stand straight too well. And the worst one is the Ron Weasley figure, because he can just fall off. That's not only because the feet are very tight, the studs are wanting to pop out, but he also has a bit of extra plastic at the bottom of his feet there. You can see that little line going on right there, which pushes his legs up already. So a combination of different things makes him really prone to popping off of the studs, be it the plates that come with the figure itself or actual Lego studs, which is a huge annoyance. In terms of hair, Xinh also does a better job here, because the lining on each of the figure's hair, especially Harry's hair, is a lot finer, whereas the hair on the Pogo ones seem a bit blurred, Harry hair. With Hermione, her hair is darker on the Pogo one, but in terms of molding they both look very similar. Same goes with Ron's hair. The hair pieces almost look pretty much the same. I think the Pogo one's a little bit smoother. There's a little bit of a few rough patches on the Xinh version. And the Pogo ones being a slightly earlier Pogo release, the printing seems a lot more rough compared to later Pogo stuff, so the print on the Xinh one is much better. I can compare the Xinh print to Xinh releases, so if you're used to Xinh figures, you know what to expect. If you're not used to Xinh release, well, the prints are usually quite spot on, but the lines might be a little bit thicker than official Lego releases, or few tiny differences, but the overall print quality is usually quite consistent, and the images are still usually quite sharp when compared to official Lego figures. The Pogo release here compares to some of the earlier Deku stuff where maybe they didn't use quite enough coloring. For example, the Quidditch Harry here, his yellow is a bit darker on the dark red plastic because they didn't put enough yellow there, and as well as the overall print doesn't seem quite as sharp as the Xinh version. And yeah, and if you're going to compare capes now, obviously the Pogo one only has one figure for cape here. The Xinh one, the extra three figures, Malfoy in Quidditch gear, Voldemort and Professor Snape all have capes. So the more capes there. So the cape on the Pogo one is feels like it's a good quality cape, piece of fabric. It's shiny on one side, but it feels very thick and durable. And the cape on the Xinh one is furry on the inside and shiny on the outside, and it's much softer than the Pogo one, but it still overall feels quite sturdy, and I won't be too worried about it snapping. And there you go, there goes Ron Weasley falling over again. It's going to get quite annoying. They're fine on display, but as soon as you touch them and they pop off, it's going to get quite annoying for a lot of people. So, taking a closer look at both of these Harry Potter figures, you can see here that the hair, even though it's much more defined, it actually goes down way more than this one. So you can actually see Harry's scar on his forehead on the Pogo figure, but the Xinh one has it a bit hidden. The Pogo figure also makes sure that it gives you every figure a extra bar for the as the wand, whereas the XINH one doesn't have the wand with this figure, but all the other figures have wands. It's not a big deal, but you know, Pogo does have it, so I gotta mention it. The cape is also a lot brighter on the Pogo one compared to the XINH one, so just for that sense, I'm gonna prefer the XINH one because it's softer to feel and the color feels more accurate. Being an earlier Pogo release, it also has the problem of the hands and arms being a bit too tight. It is quite easy for, well, that to pop off when you're trying to move the arm. And the arm is really tight. The hands are also a little bit tighter than what they're supposed to be, so they're constantly squeezing on the object that the figure is holding, causing it to make it pop out quite easily. The broom on both these figures are very similar. I think this one's a little bit more orange, so I do prefer the more brown color of the Pogo one, but this one isn't so, you know, isn't so far that it looks terrible or anything. I'm just going to remove these from both of the figures, move the arms down, and just in case you're wondering, these are compatible with official Lego figures, and so are these as well. So yeah, the aside from the coloring issues, the print quality overall is just a lot nicer on the XINH one. It's less rough scratches overall on it, so I do prefer it a lot better. Remove the hair on both of these figures, and there you go. The head shape is the Pogo one's probably a little bit closer to the official Lego head shape. I also don't know why, but yeah, this the XINH one is definitely a bit taller due to the more square shape of the head. Turning them around, both of them do have the back head print, so nothing's missing. And come on, Harry, stay on this, thank you. Yeah, yeah, the overall print quality, I probably prefer the Pogo head. The color of the plastic is closer to official Lego, whereas this one's a bit more, say, a bit more orangey, yellowy. But the cape is definitely quite ugly from this angle of the light shining on it. It's just not that good. And there you go, on the back of them, no body prints for this figure because, well, it doesn't need to be. So overall, I'm going to say the better figure is the XINH one in terms of this Quidditch gear. School uniform Harry here, and I'm going to tell you right now that the printing isn't quite aligned on the Pogo one. It's also, again, a little bit more rough than the XINH one. The lining on the face here is also, I feel a bit too thin. It makes it look a little bit off. So the printing on the XINH one is, again, just slightly better. He has the same problems of having his hands too tight. And both of them do have the back face print. They are identical to the Quidditch one we just saw. XINH neck joint is a little bit loose. And the Pogo one also has the same problem where the neck joints, the hair piece is a bit too tight. I can't see, I can't get his hair off. Ugh. But yeah, in order to get his hair off, you gotta really twist the hair on an angle to bump it off. But there you go, that's another problem with some of these bootlegs. Both of them have that issue, but this Pogo one seems to have it a bit worse than the XINH one. And hey, also notice that there is no hole in that this leg area here. So extra plastic causes issues for him. Can he still sit down properly? Let's find out if that plastic gets in the way. Yep, it gets in the way. It doesn't go all the way down on the plastic there. So bad points to you, Pogo figure. So I'm not going to take the hair off again this time, but I will say that the hairpiece on this Pogo figure comes off a lot easier than the other Pogo figure. So it's not a problem here, and the face prints are identical on all the Harry figures. And in terms of the body print though, I think this one, the Pogo one's actually a lot nicer here. The color's a lot brighter, and the skin color around the neck area is actually more accurate, whereas here it looks a bit brown, like he's got a dark vest underneath his shirt or something. There's a bit of a scratch mark and print error there right on the middle of the shirt, so this looks like there's a big scratch. Unfortunately, on the back of the Pogo figure, you can see they got the color wrong. I mean, on the front they've got it right, like it's sort of a light blue color on this dark blue clothing, but here it's white for some reason. He also has black pants. This guy has grey pants, and you can see, oh look, a little bit of plastic stretching at the bottom of the feet, so that's not good. So the Pogo one is definitely better than the XINH one in terms of the casual clothed Harry, as well as the blue is a lot more navy blue than this. I don't know what kind of blue this is, like navy blue but desaturated a little bit. Ron here, if the print was not so badly misaligned on the XINH one, this would have been definitely a plus compared to the Pogo one, but the Pogo one's actually printed okay. So, if you do get yours with good quality control, then I would recommend the XINH one, but in this case, I got a bad quality controlled one, and his body is printed way lower than what it should be. The the skin plastic again is better colored on the Pogo one, and just move the hairpiece there, and remove his hairpiece. Oh, I'm quite lucky that both these came off right out. Alright. Yeah, the face is definitely printed lower than what it should be. It just looks really odd. This one looks more natural. And on the back here, the print again is better on the Pogo one, actually, because there's no skin color here needed to print on the torso. The line's a little bit thicker on the XNH one, and the face is better positioned on the back, but yeah, this skin color, you just can't beat more natural skin color. And the last figure to compare is the Hermione Emma Watson's, and yeah, this figure is a little bit loose. Innuendo. Yeah, a little bit loose here, that's not very good. Face is also much better printed and much better skin color on the Pogo figure. The print on the torso of the XNH is much better, and depending on what color hair you'd like, you probably like the darker one or the brighter one. I personally like the darker one because it also seems sharper in comparison. And they're both got an angry face. Again, the face on the Pogo one's a bit better, but there's a little bit of a lip scar there, that's not very good. And the print on the back, honestly, they're both just as good because there's no skin color to compare. So, yeah, exact same mold. Next we have Voldemort here. The Pogo one has a white stick, and the XNH one has a grey stick, and yeah, both have pretty much this based on the same figure. This one has an extra hood, as again the cape is a lot thicker, so it's not as good. This one's a lot softer, and the white on both seem okay. I think the print on the torso is a little bit sharper and the lines a little bit bluer. This one's a little bit greener and a bit more, it's like less focused, a little bit more blurred. Put the cape up, no print on the back, and he also has no print on the back. So XINH does have the 3 extra figures. We got Draco Malfoy here, and with nothing to compare, I can just say the torso is actually done quite nicely. The face is too. It's done alright, but of course, again, skin color is going to be a little bit different. Again, it's a little bit more yellowy, and just like the Harry Quidditch figure, there's no back print. He does have a scared face on the back, which again is actually done quite well. It's nowhere near as exaggerated as the Hermione one, and the shape seems okay. And finally, Professor Snape here. The body is printed alright, very simple design, no skin color to complain about. Head is stuck on there tight enough. Face is okay, but the little marks on him, like the little skin marks, and a little bit oranger than I would prefer them to be a bit more brown. No back head print and no back body print. So if you're only going to get one set, it's XINH. It is just a far superior set, as well as having 3 extra figures, and the bodies on all of them, and the plastic feels a lot nicer on the XINH one, and the overall print quality is nicer. Now on some of the bits, especially in terms of printed skin color and actual plastic skin color and the faces, the Pogo ones are a little bit nicer, but you know, overall, due to the plastic issues being a bit too tight, not standing too well, and things popping off, and a few other issues with the slightly rougher print quality of Pogo. I can't really recommend that compared to the X9H one. Now, if you can get both sets, I will say get the X9H one and then get the heads from the Pogo figures and put them on the X9H body, then you would have the best quality from a bootleg. But like I say, if you're only going to get one, get the X9H one. And but if you see either one and you don't have access to the other one, there's still decent enough bootlegs. I can recommend either one. If you see them in a shop or something, they're not that bad at all for the price they're going for, at least. But with the Pogo one, you will probably have to get some files or sandpaper. Just sand some of the extra plastic off, because that would get annoying after a while. If you like what you saw here and feel like you want to support this channel, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, sharing this video with other people, and leaving a comment below if you like to say how you feel about these figures or which one you want to get. As always, you can also support my channel by heading over to Patreon if you think this channel deserves some support and I can do more kinds of videos for you guys more often. And you can also check out my other videos, hopefully with adblock turned off. I would appreciate that so much. But of course, you don't have to do any of that. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.